All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a fantastic, a just a magical Monday edition of Chat It Up. I want to lead us off. I normally don't do this, but it only feels right. Of course, as you can tell in the best colors, that purple and gold. We'll talk about it. I'm Malcolm Harris. To my right is a man that probably hates my freaking guts right now. I'm the godfather of his daughter.
Yeah.
And he might take the paperwork back after what happened this weekend. Garrett Tolley, what's up, brother?
Bro, that hat's too small for your head.
Listen, man.
Just gonna let you know that.
It's all good, man. I think some room back there. To my left is I think the guy that knows ball the most on our show. I'm willing to say it. Chase Treen Green. What's up, brother?
Man, it's good to be back. You boys crushed on Saturday. Absolutely freaking crushed. It looked good. You guys just chilied the hell out of that thing.
It was great. It was great. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you, man. At the end, between the two finalists, there was some debate because I'm just like, man, like I don't taste what y'all are tasting, and that's no shot at the victor. And Garrett, I know you disagree,
bro. So much. Honestly, listen, it was great. The cornbread. This is the final two chilies. You had one. It was had this jalapeno cheddar cornbread, a little crispy. You could tell he did it in a skillet. And then they had the chili. Then the other one was nothing fancy, but it had like beans, vegetables, a good meat, like good juice. Really well balanced chili, but with a little bit of heat and smokiness. And so, to be fair, the chili that got the second place was good, but it was not a cornbread competition. The cornbread didn't add to that chili, in my opinion, enough to beat the flavor of the other one. And so, but yeah, him and Malcolm and Dane, dude, they were like pissed. They're just like, dude, y'all are Y'all are blowing this, man. I was like, nah, man, you guys have no taste buds.
How did Channel 9's finest hold up?
He did good.
Did he good?
He did so good. Shout out to Dane, man. He was a dog out there with us, and he was by no means you, but if you wanted a replacement, he got
dog. He looked better in flannel than I would have.
Them shoulders, dog. Them shoulders, man.
Yeah,
he did such a great job. Honestly, he's like an honorary chatted up, like like guest, or like member, whatever you want to call it. Like he could join the fan club or whatever, because he did a great job for us. And honestly, he said he had fun. He said he would do it again. So next time, if we need 6,
we'll roll 6 deep.
Yeah, we'll go 6 deep.
Thanks, sir.
Dude.
So
yeah, missed it.
We're gonna get into
I do want to give you a shout out first before we get into anything. Let's give some pleasantries first. 30 for 30.
I don't even want to.
This man, Chase Green, ran 30 miles this past week. 3-0 in his 30s for the first time. Bro, I don't even want to give 3 claps. Like, I'm just gonna straight up
dog
30 claps.
I'm so proud of you, bro. You are an animal.
I gotta tell y'all what happened. So this is, I know this sounds weird to say, but yesterday was supposed to be like a 15-mile easy run. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I was going to hold a very nice, steady, easy pace. And up where I live on the Signal Mountains, it's hilly. Don't get me wrong. It's very hilly, but the route that I ran for the first 6.5 was basically to my cousin's house and back. Cake. Like, some ups and downs, but nothing major. Prior to that, I was like, man, how am I going to cover 15 miles in this mountain? So I asked my beautiful wife that is definitely a better athlete than me, was in a lot better shape when she used to run up here. And she was like, just run through this Hidden Brook neighborhood. I was like, man, I feel like she's like, it's hilly. And like, but you can do it. Like, there's plenty of places you can run. So she kind of like called out my manhood. It got me bad. I went from coasting, telling you boys, I was feeling good. 9:15 low heart rate, or 10:15 pace, low heart rate. That's what I was supposed to keep it at, cruising. And then I start back on this neighborhood, and my soul is left in this beautiful Brookhaven neighborhood. I mean, I'm walking uphill, getting like a calf stretch. It's so hilly and it's so long, and I'm dying. It took me forever to get back home. And I mean, forever. And it was uphill both ways. That was not a lot. Like one of those going up to the high school was uphill, and it's probably a mile long hill. Daddy is tired. I'm walking with like 165 beats per minute, dude. I'm dying. So, lesson learned: never, ever take my wife's advice on running routes again. Because I'm hurting, boys. I'm hurting.
I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine.
So, but yeah, that was a tough one. But yeah, Biggie, thank you. After all that was first 30 miles. We got a long ways to go. Dad, we're gonna have to kick it into gear. This old dad is gonna have to make up some time to get the time that I want. So I need you guys out there March 2nd.
What did you eat for dinner after like all that?
We had dude, she's been crushing this cookbook. It's like noodles with some like flank steak in there. Ooh. And like a little sesame sauce. Oh baby, dude, she is crushing the recipe game right now.
Love that. Because I can imagine that you didn't just like absolutely crush whatever you saw when you were done. Because you had to burn like amazing amount of calories.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact one was, but I think it was in the 15 to 2,000 range. But it's kind of crazy because it's pretty warm yesterday. But I don't get hungry right after. It's like the 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Now, Han definitely made up for it. She went and got your boy a little chocolate pie, you know.
Yeah, chocolate pie. Good for you.
Those little couple, like the 2 slicers, those are my favorite, dude.
Love them. What, Edwards? Or
yes.
Like a Marie Calendar? One of those two.
It's Edwards. Yeah, it's the Edwards cookie, like cookies and cream, dude.
Crazy. It's
slap.
So good. It's the caramel, it's the chocolate caramel one, man. That's the one.
Oh, you like that one?
That one goes crazy too, man. Yeah. They'd be wondering, it's like, man, GT, you spend a lot of time in the frozen ice cream aisle. And like,
I sure have.
Good. I got to get this right, man.
You were a single man in Dallas, bro. Of course you did. Of course you did, dog. Yeah. But thanks, Mickey.
Speaking of Dallas.
Oh no.
Okay, let's get into it, dude. I'm tired of sitting around.
Give the people. We got some eyes on us. GT. It's official as of yesterday. The trade in full. Anthony Davis is now a member of the Dallas Mavericks alongside of Max Christie, a first-round pick. The Utah Jazz got a few second-round picks as well as perennial all-star. What's that? Jalen Hood.
Shavino,
yeah. Who is going to be a great piece for years to come for the Utah Jazz. And the Los Angeles Lakers ended up with, Marcus Morris. And, there was one other piece. Luka Doncic, y'all, is a Los Angeles Laker. Boy.
The joy in your heart right now.
Bruh. Y'all. So I texted y'all when this broke about it. 12:30, y'all were sound asleep. And I said, 911, get the bleep up. I said, get up. Like, y'all, like, this is not a game. Like, Luka is a Laker.
I didn't text you back, like, the whole day.
Like, I didn't hear from you. And y'all, let's just first off, just instant reaction from both of you. I'm going to shut up because y'all know I'm happy. I need to hear from y'all.
GT, you want to go first? You want to hold on to it?
Listen, I got more to say than you as the Dallas resident here, so you can. I'll let you go first.
All right. I know you got a lot to say here, but this still makes no sense. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. The Lakers just worked them, I guess, in this scenario. They must hate Luka at this point. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, they must just despise this kid. Even like, I know all the rumors and all the stuff is like he's out of shape, he's fat, whatever. Fat Luka is still the 3rd to 4th best player in the league.
I know.
Who cares?
I know.
So, congrats to you, young Malcolm. GT spin, bro. Spin. Okay. I'm so sorry.
I mean, first of all, yeah, shout out to the Lakers being the luckiest franchise to like ever exist. I mean, I just hate them so much too. So it doesn't make it feel any better. Listen, travesty, right? Like the whole city of Dallas, like as a whole, is in shock. I call my dad, call my friends, like say, what is the sentiment? What are you hearing down there? Because my first thoughts, what you guys said, it doesn't make any sense. And it's not that like and you can make the argument it's an all NBA first team for an all NBA first team player, which has never happened before, I guess. But man, forget that, dude. He's 32. He's my age. You know, my knees hurt, man, and I don't run anywhere. So it doesn't make sense. Honestly, my gut reaction is this: sabotage, malpractice. Like it needs to be investigated. This is not as to be taken at face value. I think that Nico Harrison is a criminal to the Dallas Mavericks. Criminal. But with that being said, the other flip side of the coin, the only organization that knows Luka is the Dallas Mavericks. What does the Dallas Mavericks know that everyone else doesn't? Is this calf injury more than what it meets the eye? Is this really come down to, hey, I don't believe in Luka. I don't think he's getting his weight right, and I just don't want to pay him the supermax. Is it simple as that? But I think, man, it is. It's more to meet the eye. There's a lot of like rumors running around too. That's like because no one knew about this. It was like, why wouldn't you shop around? You could have gotten way more, like more picks,
Way more.
But why would you not shop around? Well, if you shop around, things become public. People ask, why do you want to get rid of Luka? What's the story? Well, if you do it in secret, blah blah blah, you don't have to explain that. So maybe there's something more to the Luka story that we don't know. That's just like the hopeful side. The other part of me, there's a lot of talks of. I don't want to get in. This is the conspiracy thoughts. I won't dive into that yet. But there's a
Those
lot.
are fun. They're fun right now.
No, but like these are the things that the Mavs fans I feel are true. So I'll dive into those. But my initial thoughts, man, it's a travesty. It is, and I don't know. Hopefully there's more to this story. Hopefully it wasn't some of the conspiracy theories, but I hate to see it. We love Luka in Dallas. I mean, put a coffin out for the kid. I mean, I hate it.
I think that you guys are both on pace. I will say, as a Laker fan that has been a Laker fan through some dark times when Ryan Kelly was my center, like
Kendall Marshall was your point guard.
come on, bro. Like
Dark
people
times.
act like the Lakers. Yes, I know we won a ship in 2020 during the Mickey Mouse hoops era. I'm just gonna say this. Do I believe that there is a conspiracy theory to bring ratings back to the NBA? You're absolutely right. Guys, Luka, there's an anonymous GM that said, hey, what would you give up for Luka? And this is a top 4 team in the West. They said every single player would have been available. A top 4 seed, not going to name the team, in the West, which is hard. So out of 4 of those options, y'all can guess who it probably is. They said, I would have given up everything. So now you put a global phenom. This guy's just not some player. You can't name 5 better basketball players on this planet in the NBA than Luka right now today. It is the perfect heir to the throne to LeBron James. This shows LeBron for the first time, you are not the best player on your basketball team. The first time ever, LeBron James is no longer and it's like not even a thought. Like D Wade, there was maybe a thought in Miami, not really, but that you could argue it. There's no thought. This is no longer LeBron's team. And I want to give y'all some insight. The Lakers' logic, the Lakers' logic, according to league sources, was that parting with both their first rounders would be too much. Luka's contract would expire in 2026, and they couldn't know his interest in re-signing. And they had no chance to find out before pulling off an exchange that shook the NBA. The Lakers could not talk to Luka's agent, Bill Duffy, about the trade because both sides, Dallas and LA, wanted to keep negotiations a secret. Mentioning the
yeah, they wanted to
behind-the-scenes
keep it secret.
details to agents, it would put the information at risk to become public, which the Mavericks especially thought was too hot because if a trade didn't materialize, they would have been left with a disgruntled franchise centerpiece and they wouldn't have been able to get anything for it. Rob Pelinka just committed the biggest robbery in NBA history. Like, you talk about job security. He turned Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart into a championship Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic. That is the most crazy return I've ever seen in my life. Ski mask. Rob Pelinka is the GM of the freaking decade.
Well, him and Nico have a long-standing relationship too. I don't think that that's just like that. Like they've been friends for like 20 years, so they've known each other. And I see that's where you start getting into the why would you do that? Like what is unless he legitimately thought like Luka's just not worth 350 mil, because you have to, again, I think Chase is right. You have to have hated that kid, because by trading him, he can no longer get that supermax deal. I think he misses out on $111 million of a future.
Yeah. It's wild to think about. Like, this dude just lost a ton of money. But I mean, these are incredibly rich owners. I don't think they're penny pinching. I don't get it. I don't get it.
And they shipped him off to like probably literally a state that is on fire. Like, I mean, and taxes are out the roof. And I feel like if I'm Luka, I mean, dude, he's gonna break Wilt Chamberlain's scoring record of 100 in the game in Dallas. He's gonna come to Dallas and absolutely just break the freaking Wilt Chamberlain record. I mean, you heard it here first. He's going to kill us.
It's going to be a mockery.
I think he comes back in a month. Like a month.
Let's give the guy that hasn't had a, like a monkey on his back or a chip on his shoulder or whatever, whatever analogy you want to. Now you just pissed him off. The guy that got to the fat guy that got to the finals, basically, is what people are like essentially saying. It's like, now you pissed that guy off. Sick. Here he goes. It sucks, dude.
To be fair, he doesn't play defense.
No.
And Mavs are better on the defensive side because of this. Who cares, right? I mean, you've lost.
They were still third in defense last year. That's the crazy part. Like, they were still third defensively.
Yeah, because they have really good bigs, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets picked on. Like, I'm sure you guys saw like the Windhorse thing today multiple times. Did y'all see the thing that from last year, the game 3? Remember when he roasted him?
They literally just ran at Luka because they knew.
Yeah, and then he had the pretty good game 4, but I guess it just stems from that. I guess they're just fed up with culture. Windhorse talked about it on a podcast today or yesterday. He said that after all that, after all the roasting, all the stuff, publicly criticized, he said not one agent, not one GM, not one person in the executive cabinet came after me. Not said a word. He said, I wouldn't dodge anybody. He was like, but they never said anything because it's exactly how they feel. So that's one of those things. It feels dicey, but he's 25. Help him figure it out. Like, I was texting you guys in the group, like, pay some psycho trainer $2 million to go live with him every year, make up for it. Like, figure it out. You have Luka. But now the Lakers have Luka.
Now the Lakers have him. And this is where, so I'll say this. One thing that's been thrown around out there is that, so Dallas Mavericks under like new ownership, right? Like Mark Cuban's out, and the owner of the Wynn casinos in Vegas, like, that's our new ownership, so you got Vegas money. But it's thought to be said that like this is so diabolical to the city. Like, this is like trading Babe Ruth, right? Like right before he's getting good. And this is a move to literally maybe see the end of Dallas Mavericks and welcome to the Las Vegas Mavericks or whatever, as they try to shift this team to Vegas. That is part of
that
the
one.
conversation.
That one's pretty easily cut, if you want me to give you that. So like that group is actually divested from Vegas. They don't own that stuff anymore. They sold it off. They're going to make Texas the gambling capital. That's their end goal.
Well, I saw that there's plans to do that, and I saw it's all contingent upon Texas passing some certain laws. But
Texas forever, brother.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. This is how diabolical that this is. That you have to literally, the fans feel that you literally have to be moving this team to a different city because you don't want to keep it here.
Well, another part on that one, I heard that the ownership that there's no way, but it does make sense in the fact they're like, well, if we move Luka to the Lakers, that hits the ratings up, more cash money. It's like it does make you feel like there is some sort of conspiracy here. I don't know which one it is. I don't think it's that one because Dallas market's so big.
Sure.
But what if there's somebody else they're moving? Or what if it's just to get 2 more teams? Like maybe you don't trade Dallas for Vegas. Maybe you're just wanting to add Vegas and add Seattle.
That's 100% happening. It is. I know that this at the end of the day, and they've even gone as far as to be like, and I don't think this is true by any means. Adam Silver is Jewish. And Kyrie Irving, of course, had his troubles. And I think that this was like a real big, type of statement. Like, hey, like I'm gonna take this out because the NBA's bread and butter has always been Celtics and Lakers. That is what moves this product forward.
It's a legacy team. Yeah, they've been around forever.
And the Celtics, albeit, have held up their end of the bargain the last 5 years. And the Lakers have been trying to find their footing with LeBron. That team that won a championship in 2020, LeBron is now the only person. Of course, he got Markieff back, but he's the only person on that championship roster now. That's in Los Angeles. Completely different team. This move seems weird whenever you could have got packages like Jaren Jackson and John Morant for Luka. You could have gotten Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler for Luka.
Yeah.
You could have gotten, I'm willing to even say you could have gotten Steph Curry for Luka. If that's what you really wanted to do.
Who says no on a call for Tatum?
For me, I think Tatum was movable. I think Tatum, if
For
he was
Luka.
called
Luka was everyone was movable for Luka. Like everybody. I think Giannis is. I think everyone's movable for Luka.
Because the Giannis one was another one. That's my next one. I was like, I think
you could have got.
It's
Giannis.
like listen. Neither one of these guys. You can kind of feel like I guess they don't want to be here or slightly or whatever. It makes sense for Dallas. I don't know if it makes sense for Milwaukee, but I don't think you trade Jokic. I think Jokic is like the only guy.
I think he's untouchable. I think Bronny James is untouchable.
And SGA.
I think he's now untouchable.
I think if Luka for SGA straight up, they would have made that deal. C would have made that deal. Like they would have said, yeah, I'll take Luka for that. But again, it's the defense. Like he doesn't play defense. I've watched this guy not play defense for a long time. It was okay it's only good as long as you're winning. But and they've gotten better. But they just must have felt the ceiling was just. There's only so far that Luka can take you. His life. I don't know. He doesn't fit the culture, whatever the hell that means. He is the culture.
Figure your culture out, dude.
Yeah, Nico Harrison. I wouldn't. You don't look like a man I want a beer with. Like I don't care. What culture do you know? I don't know.
Speaking of culture and that organization, and watching the press conference with Jason Kidd, it was abundantly clear that Jason Kidd was borderline going to punch Nico in the face. What do you do now for like team chemistry? And if you're Jay Kidd, are you just like, yo, like, get me out of here? Like I'm good. Like what are you doing right now, fellas? If you're Jason Kidd,
I mean, I think you got to feel the way you're saying. I mean, like, get me out of here. How could you go over my head like that? Or at least not even consider to let me know before this went public. Like nobody knew. Some reporter knew. That's why everyone feels it's so fishy. It's like you just went above and beyond all that stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like that's how Jason Kidd should feel. But as a professional, I mean, got a head coaching job. Team is not horrible. You know, who knows if Nico, he has to redeem himself in the offseason. I mean, if Jimmy Butler needs to end up as a Maverick, I mean, that's how about as you got to make that happen for people to be happy with you again. But
dude, AD's gonna have to be special, ain't he?
He's got to be the fucking man.
He is. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I was sitting here curious, you know, as I texted this to you guys. Do you all think LeBron James knew? I know he denied culpability, but if you know AD and LeBron are both represented by one of my favorite people in the world, Rich Paul. Clutch. I mean, the mafia.
The mafia of the NBA.
Yo, is there any way that LeBron James knew and just saved face? Chase, what's your thought process, man?
I'd say I actually kind of believe LeBron. Like I don't think he knew the whole process. I think Pelinka just locked this up. And I truly believe LeBron probably didn't know, or he might have heard like a rumbling.
He knew. Get out of here.
I don't know.
They had to tell ownership. They had to tell ownership. Like Nico said, it's like, oh yeah, they laughed at when I first pitched the idea. This took a month to come to fruition. So this has been happening for a while. You mean this has been under wraps from LeBron, who has a great relationship with Jeannie Buss, and not know this? No, it's just like, hey, save me some face here. I want Luka on here, but I love AD. That's like me. That's like me trading Malcolm for you, Chase. I'm just like, hey, listen, I don't know about that. I want Chase, like, but don't let Malcolm know I don't want him. Like, you know,
yeah,
you know, just don't put my name in it, but make it happen.
Yeah,
he can't run 30 miles. Shit.
Oh, shit.
Dog.
Oh,
I wouldn't trade you.
No, man.
All right, let's bring in the one and only Greg Larned here. You ready?
Yes.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, bro.
What a snack you have eaten, my brother.
You don't even know what I'm eating.
Nah, I just been seeing you just chew like excessively, and it just looked great, man.
We got boy dinner going on. Chicken tenders in the air fryer. Just whipped them up real quick.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
As we ran into the door, but I'm just sitting here laughing that Garrett is, you know, wanting Jimmy Butler when the Mavericks are talking about culture and Luka's not good for the culture. There is no player worse for the culture than Jimmy Butler in the NBA right now.
No, we don't have a culture. It's all effed up anyway. So just bring him on in. Let's just stir this pot.
You don't think you have a culture?
No. Not. I mean, Luka was your star player, so it's hard to imagine that your star player is not like in the centerpiece of that culture.
But that was on him.
But that's the thing, Greg. We don't know. I wasn't on that team. I have not been in one room with Luka in my life.
But that is him.
You can't tell me that you know anything about this.
It's all him. He's out of shape. He doesn't work hard. He doesn't care about his body. He is addicted to sweet tea. I mean, he is
the third best player in the NBA at the same time.
A walking triple-double, bro.
He's the third best player in the
Put up 70 points last year.
He can't stay healthy. What good is he if he can't stay healthy?
That's where
you traded for AD. You're talking about healthy.
I know. I'm saying, like, you just trade one healthy dude for not another healthy dude. Like, it really is kind of a weird trade.
Surgeons in Dallas right now are stoked, bro.
Big time excited.
Money.
The thing is this, is like, you're right, Greg, because the only way this makes sense is like the Mavs are the only team that's ever had Luka. So they're the only team that knows how he operates, how he acts, how he does anything. So there has to be more to the story. There's more to this story. You don't trade one broke leg dude for another broke leg dude. and a couple draft picks and Max Christie. So just throw
Upcoming guard Max Christie. Did y'all see that
Hey,
article?
Max might be something, man. Max, we gonna miss you, boy.
Man, he's all right.
God bless you, Max.
Oh my
Appreciate it.
gosh, Miggy, don't.
Appreciate
Now,
your services, brother.
Don't get me wrong. I would not have
Averaging
made this
8
trade.
points a game, Max.
That
But
boy's a
yeah.
demon, man. You getting something great out there.
But no, don't get me wrong. Like, look, I think this is a dumbass trade as well for the Mavericks. I would not have given up on Luka. Like Chase always says, you need to hire some dude who is an insane trainer, go to his house and live with him and force him to eat better, work out. I mean, they should be doing the same thing in New Orleans for Zion Williamson. Like, what is happening?
Well,
Bro,
Zion's working out, but he's working out at Magic. He ain't Planet Fitness. That boy's
He's working out at the King Cake Factory.
yeah.
The
Dude, y'all
jambalaya
ever had a
outlet.
beignet? Come on now.
Oh yeah, he's at Cafe Du Monde.
Yeah, you know, Zion get 25, said, all right, well, I'm about to go eat 25.
Yeah.
But why not?
Dang.
I mean, he ultimate. Talk about robbery. The whole NBA is a robbery. Get the one big contract, make $100 million, get fat. Like just do
Y'all
it.
noticing how players are starting to come back? They said Joel Embiid is now doing a little bit of on-court activities. It's like, nah, stay hurt. You were Paul George starting to do a little
Yeah.
on-court basketball activities. It's just all these guys that have been chilling, trying to wait for the All-Star break so they can come back. It's funny because the game's getting real, and I think you're seeing it. I mean, we'll talk about it later. I know this is a heavy NBA show, but sports. Myles Garrett requested a trade today. Like, people are not playing. Like this is showing. Like, you know what? If I don't like a situation, I don't need to stay in it. I can leave.
Doesn't it feel weird like De'Aaron Fox? I mean, really good player, young player. Don't get me wrong, but that guy has enough juice now that he can request a trade. It's like,
And got more of a return for De'Aaron Fox than you did for Luka.
Well, he kind of ruined the culture there in Sacramento, anyways.
What is culture in the NBA? What does that even mean?
It means
There's
that
no culture when you're making that much money. There's no culture. It's either you're winning or you're losing, and no one. And like it's either you got guys.
the culture is, hey, I'm making this all about me. Hey, I need to get my shots. I need to get my bag. I need to do this. It's about me. It's not about the team. And that's what De'Aaron Fox did in Sacramento, and that's why he's out of there. Now, Luka, I don't think that's what he was about because he's an incredibly clutch player. I love Luka Doncic. I love watching him play. I know you're going to miss him gratefully, but if he is going to be the next iteration of Joel Embiid, does it not make sense to get rid of him?
No, I really hope that happens. Like I hope it happens. I hope
You hope that for Luka? I thought you loved Luka.
Oh,
Luka Doncic.
no. I mean, he's not a Maverick anymore. I mean, he's got. I hope that we were a smart enough organization that's like Nico looks like the brilliant guy out of this whole thing. Because if he doesn't, he should go to prison for malpractice.
This feels like the general manager for the Cavs after LeBron went to the Heat.
No,
So we're going to win a championship before him. We're going to be better because he's not here. This, that, and the other thing. It's exactly what's going to happen in Dallas.
I've just never like been on it. I mean, like I said, I've seen some really bad years for a lot of teams, but like you trading like your star player, I haven't been on that side yet. I haven't seen the Babe Ruth being traded, kind of thing. I don't know what that feels like, Greg. I mean, you're from New York. That happens to you all the time.
this is like the biggest trade of our lifetime.
Tell me about
right?
it.
Biggest,
Not even close. Not even close. It is.
Yeah,
I was
right.
thinking about that today.
This is the biggest NBA trade. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not thinking of football trades off the top of my head, but
Basketball trades. Are we talking like
star
player
power.
for player, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Biggest
I really
NBA
don't think this. I don't know if there's anybody close because you not really trade. You didn't trade LeBron. You didn't.
We've never had a star at this level
A top
get
five.
traded. Like this is like LeBron in 2012 getting traded. This is
This is
Kobe
literally-
in 05 getting
It's
traded.
number one. It's number one on Fox Sports. Like they did this
Oh, did they?
yeah, they said top 10 biggest NBA trades deadline moves of all time. They put this at number one. Like number two was Kevin Durant and TJ Warren for Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Juan Pablo Valle, For
I was say that 3 times fast for us, brother.
What about Carmelo? The Carmelo trade. I know it wasn't like star power for star power, but Carmelo was a huge name.
Yeah,
was he on this list?
Yeah, he was number 3. So
Okay.
Carmelo,
Right, look at that.
Yep, Carmelo, Chauncey Billups, Anthony Carter, Sheldon Williams, and Ronaldo Balkman for Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, Gallinari, babe. That
Yeah,
guy
that
was.
Fat Raymond Felton.
God, he got husky, didn't he?
Oh, he's huge now. Dude's a balloon.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Dude's a balloon. It's crazy.
Raymond Felton.
Yep.
Go Heels. That's all I got.
Go Heels.
That's all I got. Old memories. I was looking around too today. I was thinking, what is it going to look like with LeBron and Luka? Like, what does it look like for you, Miggy? How do you just swap possessions?
You remember Lonzo when he was really healthy playing with LeBron and they were both hovering around that triple-double mark? It's kind of like watching a more effective and impactful Joker and Russell Westbrook. It's just, I love the way they play together, although Russ has been trash lately. It's been very cool to watch them both get theirs and just simultaneously run. The Lakers are a big, like a Mitchell Robinson. Utah is probably never going to do business with the Lakers ever again, but Walker Kessler, I would love to see like they're that type of player away. Precious from the Knicks. The Knicks need to come off of something.
They need to add something.
No,
they need depth. And by the way, did you just try to compare Luka to Lonzo?
Bro, you're never going to disrespect Lonzo at UCLA, brother. I'm not going to allow it.
No, you talked about
Laker Lonzo.
Laker Lonzo.
Yeah.
He's not even the same stratosphere as Luka Doncic.
Bro, Laker Lonzo.
Ever. He has never been in the stratosphere. No way. Stop it.
Laker Lonzo before he wore his dad's shoes.
Stop it.
Bro, you're not understanding what was happening in Lakeland. Lonzo Ball was like that. I might swerve on that corner. Whoa. I'm telling Lonzo Ball and the Ball family. I'm not going to let you rewrite history, brother.
Lonzo could play. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a stretch.
He's not Luka.
Away.
No, he's not Luka. But like, we're not just going to act like Lonzo is freaking Kwame Brown.
No.
Lonzo. Wait, all right, what year are we talking about? When he averaged 10 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists?
When he
That's a good stat line.
9 and 9.
He's never done that.
Are you looking up it right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He has never averaged 13, 9, and 9. He's averaged 10, 7, and 7, 10, 5, and 5, 12, 6, and 7, 15, 5, and 6, 13, 5, and 5.
All right, whenever there was a game.
He is not in the same stratosphere as Luka Doncic, not even anywhere close.
Bro, I did not say that he was in the same stratosphere.
You're trying to compare the two.
Because they clearly play the game the right way when it comes to passing the basketball. Coming out of college, there's a reason Lonzo was chosen second overall, bro. He was a Magic Johnson type of projectile passer.
Thank you, LeVar.
He's averaged 6 assists a game. 5.9. Lonzo.
Y'all, listen, Lonzo was like that, and I don't care what y'all are talking about on this platform. Anyway, all I'm saying is they're going to play the game beautifully. It's going to be possession for possession. And Braun being off ball is a scary sight for the entire NBA. Good luck.
I want to see it.
Just a few pieces. You need some 3-and-D guys, though. I'm not even going to just hold you. I mean, I think you need that, and I think you need like a Nick Claxton from the Nets. I just think
they've got to get a big. They have no rim protection.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson Hayes ain't gonna get it done, fellas.
Are we really still talking about more things that you need? Didn't you have enough?
You got a rim protector, dog, and a number 1 scorer now.
Hey, go draft them. I don't care. You guys are fine.
GT, you got a great squad, man. You got PJ Washington.
All right.
You got Rui Hachimura there with the Lakers.
I got PJ and I got Derek
Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, Luka Doncic, the whitest lineup you can.
The exciting whites,
boys. I literally have a team right now that has run with men of our age. Men of our age. Kyrie, Anthony Davis, like these is us. Boys, I don't trust that. I don't think that's championship squad. I think you need somebody a little younger than that to help lead that team. So we need some. There's got to be more trades to be done to make this make sense.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he loves AD. I think that your GM blanking on his name, but yeah, he just he
Nico
loves AD.
Harris.
Yeah, Nico. I was thinking, but he loves AD. That's been the rumor around, is he's wanted him forever. Couldn't get him any other way, so this is it. But 32-year-old, 33-year-old Klay Thompson and Kyrie, a good Kyrie.
I love AD. Like, bro, I swear to God.
What is he? What do you guys think he is? That 14th best player, for the 4th best player, the 3rd best player, whatever you think.
He's
when
an
he's
all
healthy, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis is one of the best, if not the best 4 in the league. I mean, I think it was a good trade. I just when you get the chance to really have a piece like this for the next 10 years of, hey, we could potentially have dominance on our hands and a dynasty. It's like from COVID, like eras. You think of eras. This could be a Luka era if things go right, and that just sucks for Dallas. But I don't feel too bad, man. I welcome him to Laker Nation.
To be fair, we could never get anybody to come to Dallas to play with Luka. We never could. No one was ever like barking down our door to come play with Luka. So hopefully he has better luck out there in LA, because no one wants to come and play in Dallas.
You had Jalen. You let him go.
Well, he got drafted.
Brutal.
Well, he got drafted. Yeah, dude.
I mean, you had him.
Nico Harrison. He's like fraud. I mean, he's picking apart. I mean, I don't even want to be a Mavericks fan right now because I don't like who's running the company. I think it's
didn't you get Kyrie to come play with Luka?
Yeah, I mean, what is that though? I mean, it
got you an NBA Finals, bro.
At the NBA Finals, but neither one of them played defense.
Yeah, PJ Washington was a good one. Daniel Gafford in the trade, like they have really good pieces. There's a reason they wound up like he did get this team to a spot defensively where you can get to a finals with Luka. Like Luka's that good, and the Kyrie when he's good part was nice, but even when he was bad last year, when you had Luka Doncic, you're like, oh yeah, we don't need good Kyrie all the time.
No,
I don't know. It just. Your future starting 5 is Kyrie, Klay, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford.
Yeah.
Good lineup. You're going to make the playoffs and with that lineup if it's relatively healthy.
They're going to be coming out in wheelchairs. They're so old.
AD's 31. What is Kyrie about? The same age?
No.
He's 32, I want to say. You got Klay, who is older. Klay just went 1 for 11 the day after this trade news broke.
Heck yeah.
Well, I think the whole team was pretty much done with that day.
Flabbergasted.
Yeah.
They got blown out by the Caps.
You got Lively too.
You do have Lively.
32.
And Klay is 34.
34. Golly.
They might as well go just sign Lonzo Ball. It's basically Luka Doncic.
He's basically there.
Listen, man. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying, like, Lonzo, you guys need to watch the Chicago Bulls. Like, it's really cool what they kind of been doing and competing with. Obviously they just shipped out Levine, but Josh Lonzo,
looks different now. Looks different now. So what's that trade? Don't you tee that bad boy up?
Yeah. So Sacramento. Hey, Ron, what's happening? Sacramento ended up getting Zach LaVine, and let's see the full details.
Zach LaVine, when healthy, is so fun to watch. Don't know if he's great, but fun to watch.
All right, so the full trade in detail is the Spurs got De'Aaron Fox, and Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings got Zach LaVine, City, as well as 3 first-round picks. And then the Bulls got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Herter, which is
Former Hawk, baby.
Red
yeah, bro. He's so streaky.
Red rifle.
Guys, I mean, to get that return, the Kings to get that return is crazy. I mean, if you think about the starting five for Sacramento, at the one you're gonna have who is that? Malik is probably gonna be running the show now at the point. And then at the 2, you're gonna put Levine. At the 3, you're gonna go DeMar. At the 4, you're gonna go Keegan Murray. And at the 5, you have Sabonis. I don't hate it.
Oh, so
I don't hate it.
You have DeMar and Levine back together. It's former Bulls guys.
And that didn't work.
Exactly. And now they're older.
Yeah.
So this is I don't think Sacramento's in a bad spot just because they have so many picks now. They can kind of play around a little bit. And again, look, how far were you really going with De'Aaron Fox? I know they had a nice year last year under Mike Brown, and they gave him a contract extension, but then midway through this season, it was like kind of butting heads a little bit. And okay, we're going to side with De'Aaron Fox. Mike Brown, you got to go. And now De'Aaron Fox is out of here. So like they're just kind of blowing this thing up, kind of pushing the reset button. All right, let's keep, got some decent pieces here, some all-stars, whatever. They'll find their way probably into the postseason, one of the lower seeds, and they'll be bounced in the first round.
Yeah. 100%.
But they've got some nice draft capital now, so they can hopefully build for the future. And again, you have a disgruntled superstar player, or would you call De'Aaron Fox a superstar or just a star?
Star.
Star.
That's what I'm saying is like, he's not even like pushing the envelope that now with Wemby. I don't know what you guys think. Like, I feel like if you just get somebody pretty good with Wemby.
Oh, they've gotten better. The Spurs got better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Spurs are going to compete. They got the wrong guy. The Spurs got the wrong guy. They wanted to make a splash. The splash they should have made was in Atlanta for Trae Young. That was the splash.
Trae Young still with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah,
Hawks won the trade after all.
Hawks won the trade in 7 games. Buzzer beater.
Who would have thought?
I don't know. Luka got him to a finals.
I'm just kidding, dude. There's no chance.
I was going to say.
I despise. I'm not going to lie to you. I despise watching Trae Young play basketball.
Trae Young got to an Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not trying to hear it. Hawks
that was the fauest Eastern Conference Finals run ever.
When was the last time New York been there, man?
Long time.
That's crazy.
Man, we took it from,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys beat us in the first round that year. We were terrible. I'm not saying the Knicks are any better, but this could be the year.
This is a good spot for you guys, but yeah, it's like Wemby's the perfect person to put with Trae in a lot of ways. Like if because somebody gets by Trae, which happens a lot, at least you have maybe one of the greatest defenders of all time, and he's only like
already.
It's hard not to be one of the best defenders when you're 7'6".
But when you move like that, dog,
that's what I'm saying. Oof.
You just move like that. I feel like you kind of can put somebody decent with him. That's why Fox is going to work out. But I'm with you, Miggy. If you find the right point guard, dog, that Wemby's about to be so scary. So scary, dude. The West just got crazier already.
Oh, yeah.
It
opened up so much.
Let all the craziness happen in the West. Us in the East will keep kind of riding under the radar.
Go playing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Can't wait.
Got a shot.
We are currently the Atlanta Hawks are 22-27, 9th seed, and Zach Reese-Shea is looking good, boys. #1 overall pick.
Oh, hooping,
bro. Watch out for your fantasy teams.
Look out.
They have lost, I think, 8 straight.
Sure have, Biggie. Sure have, bud. Get to check that box score every morning.
Listen, it's weird. The Hawks are in a weird place, but they're a great basketball team. I just think they're in a weird funk right now. I love what they're doing defensively. Dyson Daniels is like Kawhi light, like defensively.
Yeah, defensively.
Yeah.
We just have nobody else that plays defense.
Yeah, Hawks are gonna be fine. I don't
they're
know
only the 9th seed. They're in position 9. So
we win one more game, boys. We're back in it.
Yeah, like you're dancing with the Magic, man. That's not out of the picture at all. Now the
Paolo,
Cavs,
Lisa Shag, what
the
an
Cavs
audience
looking
that'll
good.
get.
The Cavs are great, but like I'm not believing in Donovan Mitchell until he shows me.
Oh,
sorry guys.
That's your Donovan Mitchell alarm.
That's my alarm to set my alarm.
Golly.
You are so efficient, dog. I'm telling you, like the joy on my wife's face whenever she saw our Google Calendar from you, dude. I'm telling you, she loves you already, but this was like a new level. She's like, Miggy's so organized.
Fellas, we got life now. We gotta get it together. Shout out to Mama Bear on that. Appreciate the love.
Yo, I'm about to have to jump.
The Knicks, Greg.
I'm gonna have to jump.
I playing them on Saturday. Are you gone?
I got some looks. I gotta go. I'm sorry.
All right, man. I love you, man.
Love y'all guys. Bye.
See you, bro.
Your Knicks playing them. Thoughts? How do you feel about your guys?
My Knicks as they're currently constructed.
Mm-hmm.
I love where they're at. Like I was talking talking about them recently here, and it's just like I love the depth not the depth, but the starting five that they can put out there is. I mean, I'll put it up against any starting five. At any given night, you don't need Jalen Brunson to go out there and score you 30 every single night. And you talked about Josh Hart, the incredible heart that he has, and his rebounding ability at like a 6'5" guard is insane. And
it is.
I know it's very difficult to guard LeBron James, but I watched that game last weekend, and he did about as good a job as he could possibly do at his size and his strength against LeBron. He's just a scrappy dude, and he, to me, is what encompasses a winning type of player. Like we were talking about culture before. I know Tom Thibodeau might be the meniscus tearing taskmaster, and he plays his guys way too much and whatnot. But I wish Garrett was here for the culture talk. But like the Knicks seem like they have a really good culture right now. Like these guys all went to Villanova, and it seems like Cat is fitting in really, really well with what they want to do and the personalities on that team. Josh Hart is a bit of a goofball. Like they have the Roommates podcast with Hart and Jalen Brunson. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of fun there. I don't love the depth. They really need to get Mitch Rob back to give them some more size depth. I do really like Precious Achiuwa. He gives you a nice swing guy. Campaign has been pretty good, as the backup point guard. But other than that, Landry Shamet really hasn't done much. Deuce McBride's okay every once in a while, but I think they could use to add somebody off the bench, somebody that could give some of these guys a break, because that is the one thing that I fear about this team this year. With as much talent as they have, they spent a bleep ton of money. I get it. But the one thing that really scares me about this team is that they're going to fatigue at some point. And they're going to get tired, and it's going to be an issue. And then as we saw what happened in the postseason last year, injuries started popping up because he rode these guys incredibly hard when you get to the postseason. Things tighten up and the rotations shorten even further than they are right now. So that really scares me about where the Knicks are. But other than that, I know OG had the non-contact foot sprain. Thank goodness it was just a foot sprain. I saw non-contact lower injury, and I'm like, tell me it's not an ACL or an Achilles or something like that. Please, goodness, don't do that. And thank goodness it wasn't. So I really like where they're at right now. They should, if they don't at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals and push the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'd be really upset with this season. They need to get to and push at the very least to make this season a success in my mind.
And they should. They probably should. I'm kind of with you. Like, I don't know if I understand Cleveland's better, but I feel like this is like a perfect regular season. Remember the Atlanta Hawks? They were the number 1 seed. Kind of feels the same way, right, Meg?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, what you said, Greg. It was the most fraudulent run to the finals. But yeah, I get it. I think that outside of in Aaron OKC, I mean OKC is clearly the favorite, but I don't know. This NBA is wide open now. It's weird. Like this Luka move we talked about. This creates a lot of parity out west. It just does. You still got Memphis, who is just hooping and just winning. And I don't know how. I don't know why. They're just figuring it out. You have Houston to me, which is such an efficient basketball team. You guys watch the
crazy.
Rockets. Y'all
They're
watch.
fun.
Have y'all
They're-
watched the Rockets game this
They're
year?
fun, dude.
They're fun. Dylan Brooks has really stopped being an idiot. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what Udoka's saying down there, but like Jalen Green is starting to take that leap. Like, and of course the Nuggets. I mean, I was watching Jokic in the fourth quarter the other day, playing against the 76ers, and albeit, of course, Embiid didn't play. He hadn't played in 3 years, but basketball is at an all-time high to me right now, and I'm so excited. I think you said it earlier. I do want to give a special shout out to the big bodega though, Karl Anthony Towns, bro. Shout out to you. I don't think he can be considered most improved, but like, there needs to be an award given to Cat for. Like, I thought Cat was going to the Knicks and was going to crumble, and he has just figured it out.
It just works.
For whatever reason, you thought maybe he wasn't tough enough for New York and it was going to eat him alive, like you talked about, Mig. But, again, I think it kind of comes into the culture that they've built there with Jalen Brunson at kind of the head of everything and bringing in the other Villanova guys. They all just seem to fit really well together and enjoy playing basketball together. And I think that's something that's very underrated in this day and age of the NBA, because, again, we saw, we were talking about De'Aaron Fox earlier, maybe he didn't really want to be there, or, you got guys requesting a trade with like Jimmy Butler, and what that whole debacle is going on in Miami. That's really bad. And then you've got the Luka Doncic situation where we all kind of maybe sort of knew, but didn't ever think it was going to get to this. Didn't ever think that he was going to get traded, because no one in their right mind should trade a talent like Luka Doncic. If I've got Luka Doncic in my building, I am doing, again, I'm going to reference what you said, Chase, because I think it's incredibly true. Whatever I can to get this guy on the page to say, look, we need you to be more conditioned. We need you to go out there and we need you to compete, because when you are at your peak physical fitness, we are potentially an NBA Finals contending team. It just frustrates me that the Mavericks couldn't make that work. That's just, it's very tough. It's very, very tough.
This guy, this could potentially be the worst trade of all time. Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, whenever Rudy Gobert came over, you're like, this is the dumbest thing anyone's ever done. And it's just getting worse. Like, these GMs have so much power, because that's another part about this management group, or this group that owns the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, even like in their business, they let the managers run their business. So their general manager must run this team. And for this to be their first move is so dumb, dude. I can't believe if your ownership being like, yeah, we're going to let our guy get rid of Luka. Half the dogs in that damn city are named Luka. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
You just let, as you said it, Miggy, earlier, you let an icon go, a global icon, the face of the league.
Yeah. Imagine in Los Angeles now, you now have Ohtani and Luka in one city. You have the most marketable face in baseball, the most marketable face in basketball. Football's on. I'm telling you, let Joe Burrow request a trade and go to the Rams. Dog, that's a trio. Listen, man, that's I don't know who that guy said that. Dude's
scrub, dog, scrub. Don't know ball.
Yeah, don't know ball. Let Arch Manning go and get drafted to the Rams.
Gosh, him with Harbaugh. Ooh.
It's a lot going on, fellas. Sports, I love it. This is why we do it.
I love it, dog. I love it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys had mentioned this yet, but just talking about the NBA, I saw something earlier today that the Warriors were trying to find another star to pair with Steph Curry. Any ideas or thoughts on that situation out there in Golden State and what they might need or who they might target? Would they target a guy like Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy has already been targeted, and Jimmy said he's not re-signing with Golden State. Don't waste your time. He's forcing his way to Phoenix. And Pat Riley's like, I'm not having it.
Why does he want to go to Phoenix?
Because it's the best chance to win.
That team is so that team is so meh. Like, they've got all these stars there, but Kevin's getting old. Bradley Beal's okay. Devin Booker's obviously amazing, but like, I don't know if that's the best fit for a guy like Jimmy Butler.
If I'm Golden State right now, what I do is I say, hey, we unfortunately cannot, we can't do this anymore, Steph. So do you want to go to the Mavericks? And I think you just ravage that roster. And then you just go and try to build something else. I might even try to flip AD for Steph Curry. I might try to do something, either that. I'm trading Steph. Have y'all watched Steph this year? He has been abysmal. He's not the Steph Curry that was from our college days and high school days. He's averaging 22 points a game, 4 assists, like 3 rebounds. It's just, he's done. He's phoned it in. I truthfully think that you should package Steph to Charlotte. Go get you LaMelo and just start over.
Bunch of draft picks.
Yeah, like Steph, go home, go play with your dad's team, make it cool, make it fun. This is a new team, new day and age. Kuminga and LaMelo, this is going to be my backcourt. Go.
But why would Charlotte do that other than trying to sell tickets? That's not going to help them.
I think they need that.
Exactly.
It's not going to help them.
I think they really need
in the present or the future.
It's to sell tickets. Well, Charlotte has no expectations for basketball. Half of their team are rappers. Half of them are drinking lean before the games. They just want to get people in seats, dog.
That's the LaMelo ball. I don't know. I don't think that's selling anymore, dude. I don't know if that's selling over there.
LaMelo is a great talent. I think if you put him back in California, I think it sells.
Yeah, I don't know what makes sense. Like, even if I'm looking around the league, like who needs one right now? Like, who needs a point guard like right now? Because the Spurs would have made sense.
Yeah.
Like, you push Chris Paul back on the bench. I don't know. Like, do you do I don't know what Milwaukee has, but you trade Dame for that. Try to get some picks. I don't know if Milwaukee has anything. I just don't know what makes sense anymore.
Yeah.
Well, what if you did this? I know. Would you mind Steph Curry playing the point guard, or the shooting guard?
To me, Steph needs to have the ball in his hands at all times. I think he needs to be your facilitator. Why? What'd you have in mind?
I was thinking possibly Indiana. I know they have Tyrese as the point guard, but Andrew Nembhard's your shooting guard. That's a team that's in the mix.
You would have to run like Benedict. You would have to run Miles Turner. You would have to run Obi Toppin. They have several really odd pieces in Indiana that just ain't. Ben Shepherd would have to come on. Like,
maybe get through some draft capital up. Because Golden State would probably be looking for that because Indiana's trying to win right now. They're trying to compete with those upper echelon teams in the East, like the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Cavs are like just right above them, like just a little bit above them. That could kind of put them to the next ring up.
They played well last year, Tyrese hasn't been incredible. So you had a little star power, a little juice.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what kind of draft capital you got out of that, but
I got it. Trade him to Memphis for Ja.
No way.
Yeah.
Ja's playing too good. No way.
I don't think Memphis would do that.
Nah.
Okay, look, I know your scenario, Meg, but what if you wanted to pair somebody with Steph? Say they're not trading Steph and they're looking for another star player, not like a superstar or anything like that, but another star player. I'm looking at some names. I know this guy's injured right now, but what about a guy like Brandon Ingram?
Yeah, I love BI. I've been on the record by saying BI is one of my favorite players in the NBA. I think you can get him for cheap right now. It's a fire sale down there in New Orleans. Come one, come all. I think they need to send a package to go get BI, but it's still not going to make a difference. Truthfully, I mean, I think you need to put some talent together and send off Andrew Wiggins, send off a couple more pieces, and what's the Thanos quote? You couldn't live with your own failures, and what did that bring you back to me? You need to go get Kevin Durant. You need to go get KD.
That's a good one.
And just see what you could do. Because this is like Steph, I'm sure, is pissed. He's like, dog, like, or there needs to be like a 3-team trade to get Kyrie to LA, get Golden State to ship off Steph to the Mavericks so he can be with Clay and just go for one last ride. There needs to be a third team hopping in there, picking up something. It's just weird, man.
Well, AA Ron says Steph needs a center to play with.
Dallas would be perfect for that. I don't think Dallas is done. I think you call and just be like, listen, we want Steph, pair him with Clay. You need people to get tickets. That team is hurting. That franchise is hurting.
What if the Warriors? What if the Warriors went out and got Nicholas Vucevic?
Vooch, I rock with.
Yeah, but he ain't moving the needle in the West.
I mean, it's better than maybe what they got in terms of a star player there in Golden State. I know it's not going to win you a championship, but it's probably not enough. You're right.
All right.
He's a good player, though.
I got the guy without moving Steph. I don't know if they would do it, but now is the time. Orlando, I need you to come off Paolo. And
isn't he hurt?
Yeah, he's back, but he's not 100.
Yeah.
I just think you need to get him, and you also got to think too. There's some guys coming out, and depending on draft position, like the Atlanta Hawks weren't supposed to get the first pick. Somebody stupid is going to get the first overall pick, and Cooper's right there, and that's going to become a piece. Like, could you imagine if OKC got Cooper? Because they technically own the Clippers pick, which is going to be top 10 protected.
Yeah, did you know the Spurs also have one of those from the Hawks
Cooper
trade?
Could play with Wemby, is what you're saying. That would be disgusting.
I would be so mad.
You'd have to be a Spurs fan.
That would be ridiculous.
Bro, they would run. They would run.
Watching Cooper now, it's the best I've seen. Unfortunately, since I've watched Zion, like in college. But I mean, he's going to be way healthier and he's a little bit more tenacious. I don't know, dog. That would be good luck for us, the league.
Bro.
Oh.
Hey, Ron, I completely feel you. He's a legit second option, but like if you pair him with like a Wemby, bro, you can just grow from there. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're with Wemby and Fox.
And they got Stephen Castle there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say the biggest piece that if I'm OKC, I'm kind of being a seller right now because I want to ensure that I'm fine. If I'm OKC, I got this wild card, and that wild card is Chet Holmgren. Chet ain't played.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to get some depth or something, and OKC is a great team. I don't know. I just think since Luka got traded, nothing is off. You're going to see some drastic stuff happen, fellas, in the next 7 days. Things that we don't expect.
It felt like it opened the door. May not happen this year, but because like you text, it feels like 2K.
Bruh, it's unreal.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about and I'm gonna get to Aaron here in a minute, but what about if just looking at like maybe like centers and things like that, maybe for Steph or maybe somebody could be on the move. I know they're very reluctant to trade Jimmy Butler, but it seems like things aren't really quite working out in Miami. What if you decide to trade a guy like Bam Adebayo?
man, that's a tough one to leave. I mean, I get what you're saying, but you have to get a lot back. Miami's going to always put themselves in a weird spot of never wanting to be like this terrible lottery team, especially now. But you'd get a lot for him.
They're not going anywhere. You might as well get something for them.
Yeah. You hope you can keep a guy like Bam. He's so awesome. He's another one. Like he's a forward version of Fox. Like he's not a superstar, but he's a really good star. He
needs to play. I noticed something in the Olympics when he was playing with Anthony Davis. He looked like the best basketball player on the court.
So good, dude.
It was crazy. I'm like, this guy, like Spo was looking at him like, when you shoot threes? When you start doing all this? Like Bam was looking crazy in the Olympics. So I don't know. I think that the Minnesota Timberwolves for like Julius Randle, DiVincenzo, and some pieces could be enough to get Bam.
Help you, him and Rudy.
Yeah, I mean,
good defensive front, man. You would between those three, man. Golly bum.
Yeah, I mean that's an option. I don't know. It's the NBA is wide open. Utah is weird. I was just thinking about them. Like, what are they doing right now? What are the Jazz doing?
Just playing some ball and watching Laurie be pretty decent.
Pretty much.
I just don't know how you have a franchise and you just don't want to win. But don't try to. Like, I know there's periods of ebb and flows, but like, doesn't make sense. Ant is untouchable, by the way.
Yeah, A.A. Ron said, what about Ant Edwards since we're 2K forcing trades?
I don't know. I don't think he might leave Minnesota because it's Minnesota, but that's an untouchable one.
I think he is going to be an Atlanta Hawk at some point in his career.
Don't tease me.
No, he's just too Atlanta for it to not happen. And
I would give up a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I will try to become wealthy to make that happen.
I think he's going to do it because like he loves the city of Atlanta. Like you listen to these post-game interviews, he sounds like T.I. back in 2004. Like urban legend. Like Anthony Edwards is that guy. I just Minnesota, I hate to say doesn't deserve him. But man, that's such a whack team and whack franchise to play for with all that swag just rotting up there.
Yeah. But it is what it is, dog. Man, keep doing your thing, Ant. Keep doing your thing. Be awesome.
Good point. Thought Luka was untouchable too.
True that. All right, boys, I got to wrap it up. Y'all good?
I'm all good, man. What an episode. NBA. Got my blood boiling.
We back. NBA. I'm proud of you.
Late show, baby.
You should be so happy. You thought Anthony Davis was going to be like the cornerstone after LeBron James, the beaten, battered, bruised cornerstone, and now you got Luka Doncic. I hope for your sake that he can stay healthy and that he turns his conditioned life around and he becomes and continues to become the player that we all know he can be, because he is incredibly talented. He needs somebody to really sit him down and be like, dude, get out of your head, get your shit together. You have all the ability in the world to be potentially one of the best of all time.
Listen, man, I appreciate your kind words. And, we got somebody in Memphis who got a problem with guns. We got somebody addicted to, women and king cake down in New Orleans. If my boy wants to rip a little nicotine and be 270 and drop 35, 10, and 15 every night, so be it. Lakers
he can't do that.
There's a lot of healthier food out there in LA though. Let's say that. We're a long ways away from that Texas barbecue, brother.
No doubt. All that sweet tea.
You gonna be on kale shakes and vegan wraps, brother.
Yeah, he's gonna meet one of them LA influencers. Those little honeys are gonna drag him to every breakfast burrito spot with that vegan wrap. He'll be just fine.
No doubt.
LeBron put that call in, man. Hey, I need you eating salads by sundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need it. They need it for sure. If anybody can get through to him, it's got to be LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Bingo.
Sure.
The king.
Guys, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. See you at Mike's on Thursday. Mike's Hole in the Wall.
Not that guy. Not that guy to the far.
Okay. Well,
we got championships to start to defend.
That's right. I'll
I
see
get
you
it.
though.
Well, we're gonna miss you, but also
miss you guys
we're
too.
gonna love being at Mike's, our presenting sponsor, Mike's Hole in the Wall, for all their contributions. Best wings in the city, best beer in the city, and definitely check us out if you're in the great city of Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll be there.
Super Bowl week, boys. Let's roll.
Full show Super Bowl breakdown. We just had to get right for the one time.
That's right. All right. Peace out, boys.
Love you guys. Great to see y'all.
Good to see you, brother.